Lesson 72. N-E-S-S. Reason. Illness. Tiredness. Darkness. How do we sometimes form a noun from an adjective?
We sometimes form a noun from an adjective by adding the letters N-E-S-S to the adjective.
Give me an example.
Late, lateness.
When did you have your last illness?
I had my last illness 2 weeks ago.
What's the reason for tiredness?
The reason for tiredness is too much work, not enough sleep, etc.
What's the reason for darkness at night?
The reason for darkness at night is that the world turns completely round every 24 hours.
Alone. What's another way of saying he lives on his own?
Another way of saying he lives on his own is he lives alone.
Do you live alone or with other people?
I live with other people.
Do you prefer to go on holiday alone?
No, I don't prefer to go on holiday alone. I prefer to go in company.
Already. Has the lesson already finished?
No, the lesson hasn't finished yet. It's still in progress.
Are you already able to speak English without making any mistakes?
No, I'm not able to speak English without making any mistakes yet. I still make some mistakes.
Are we already in spring?
No, we aren't in spring yet. We're still in winter.
Have we already studied stage 4 of the Callan method?
Yes, we've already studied stage 4 of the Callan method.
Thrown. What are the 3 forms of throw?
The 3 forms of throw are throw, threw, thrown.
Have you ever thrown anything away by mistake, which was worth a lot of money?
Yes, I've thrown something away by mistake, which was worth a lot of money.
What?
A ring.
In spite of. Despite. Why do some people do dangerous sports in spite of the danger?
Some people do dangerous sports in spite of the danger because they find them exciting.
Name some foods that are very popular despite being bad for the health.
Some foods that are very popular despite being bad for the health are chips, cakes, ice creams, etc.
Do you think it's worth learning a foreign language in spite of the fact that it's quite difficult?
Yes, I think it's worth learning a foreign language in spite of the fact that it's quite difficult.
In spite of studying a lot of words and grammar, do you still find English a little difficult?
Yes, in spite of studying a lot of words and grammar, I still find English a little difficult.
Anyone. Someone. No one. What words can we use instead of anybody, somebody, and nobody?
Instead of anybody, somebody, and nobody, we can use anyone, someone, and no one.
Did anyone come into the classroom at the beginning of the lesson?
Yes, someone came into the classroom at the beginning of the lesson.
Who went out of this room 2 minutes ago?
No one went out of this room 2 minutes ago.
Borrow. What's the opposite of the verb to lend?
The opposite of the verb to lend is to borrow.
Should we always give back the things we borrow?
Yes, we should always give back the things we borrow.
If you forgot to bring a pen with you to school, would you have to borrow one from another student?
Yes, if I forgot to bring a pen with me to school, I'd have to borrow one from another student.
My own. Emphasize. Give me an example of the word own after a possessive adjective.
This is my own book.
Do you live in your own house or flat, or does it belong to somebody else?
No, I don't live in my own house. It belongs to somebody else.
Do you think this is probably my own book, or do you think it belongs to the school?
I don't think that's your own book. I think it belongs to the school.
Skin. What's this?
It's your skin.
Wire. Electricity. Connection. Wireless. Wi-Fi. Hyphen. What do we use wire for?
We use wire to carry electricity, to connect things together, etc.
What do we mean by a wireless internet connection?
By a wireless internet connection, we mean that we can connect to the internet without connecting wires to our computer.
What can we say instead of a wireless internet connection?
Instead of a wireless internet connection, we can say Wi-Fi.
Do some bars and cafes offer free Wi-Fi to their customers?
Yes, some bars and cafes offer free Wi-Fi to their customers.
Spell the word Wi-Fi, please.
W-I-F-I.
Boil, fry, roast. Tell me 3 ways of cooking potatoes.
3 ways of cooking potatoes are boiling, frying, and roasting.
Do you prefer fried eggs or boiled eggs?
I prefer fried eggs.
How long does it take to boil potatoes?
It takes about 20 minutes to boil potatoes.
Brick. What's a wall normally built of?
A wall is normally built of bricks.
As well. 2. Also. Where do the words as well, to, and also usually go?
The words as well and to go at the end of the sentence, but the word also usually goes after the first auxiliary verb.
Give me an example of each, please.
I will be sleeping at 3 a.m. My sister will be sleeping as well. My mother will be sleeping too. My brother will also be sleeping.
Give me an example of also when there is no auxiliary verb, please.
I love coffee and I also love tea.